is Charlotte Watson. I'm a sculptor and a drawer. I studied fine art at the University of Canterbury in Christchurch in New Zealand, and I majored in sculpture. I got to where I am in part, there was nowhere else I was going to end up being. But I also failed to get into painting, and I got into sculpture instead, and I was devastated at the time, but it was actually the best outcome for me. Expanded drawing for me to my own practice really is very tied in with the 3D and sculptural side of my work. I can't make sculpture without drawing. Drawing is always the first step. It's always where I start, and there is an extensive amount of drawing all the way through before settling into making the final object or installation. Drawing for me is a type of language. Drawing, in my mind, picks up where language or the written language stops. And sometimes writing picks up for me where the visual language stops. So I sort of see them in a bit of a continuum, especially as a lot of my work has storytelling involved in it or includes text or something like that. Expanded drawing, I see it as changing a space, so thinking spatially and sculpturally maybe in that sense. Changing the psychology or the feeling of a room can be done through drawing, or if it is a drawn image or object, then that can become something that is a bit of a portal to another world, or a moment in time or something like that. So drawing is very broad in my mind, and that extends from both figurative to abstract drawing, which have all been part of my practice as well. To my student self, I would say just follow your nose. And I definitely had an experience at art school where I felt as though I couldn't bring my full self to the work that I was making, in that some of it was acceptable and some of it was not. And it took a lot of unlearning after art school to let that come out, and I believe my better work has come out as a result of letting some of those judgments, maybe letting that go and just making the work that I want to make. I would have dinner with Tove Jansson, who is the creator of Moomin. She and her partner lived an extraordinarily interesting life. They literally built a house on an island that they would go to every summer. I think her drawing style is amazing, and she was incredibly innovative in a time where there were no resources or even materials in where she was growing up. The second one would be a lady named Sheila Natouche, who was a total kook. She also spent a lot of time on an island at the bottom of New Zealand, and she was a naturalist and a writer and an artist, and sort of had this amazing crossover between science and art in her work. And the last one would be the Native American poet Joy Harjo, who just writes about place in the most amazing way. Yeah. My name is... You can put that in.